today's mindful moment. All right, so today we're setting sail on a voyage of discovery, you could say. We're going deep into Charles Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle.
Ah, yeah.
You've shared this classic with
A
us.
classic.
Yeah, and we're going to unearth some of the most just mind-boggling observations he made during his 5-year expedition.
It really is incredible to think that, a voyage that began in 1831 could still have so much to teach us about the natural world even centuries later.
Exactly, and it's not just about exotic locales and adventurous tales.
Right.
Darwin's meticulous observations really challenged conventional thinking and laid the groundwork for some of the most significant scientific theories we have today.
Absolutely. His work reminds us that groundbreaking discoveries often stem from really simple yet profound observations.
Okay.
Take, for example, his fascination with dust.
Dust, really?
Yes, dust.
Yeah.
Imagine this Darwin, hundreds of miles off the coast of Africa, meticulously collecting dust particles.
Wow.
What he discovered within those seemingly insignificant specks was revolutionary.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What did he find?
Not just fine particles, but fragments of stone, some over 1,000th of an inch wide. This proved that dust could travel vast distances carried by winds across continents.
So something as seemingly insignificant as dust could hold clues to, like, global interconnectedness.
Precisely, and it gets even more fascinating within that African dust. Darwin found 2 species of South American infusoria microscopic organisms. This discovery hinted at a global exchange of microscopic life, a concept that continues to shape our understanding of biodiversity and ecosystems today.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. It makes you wonder what else is hidden in plain sight just waiting to be discovered.
And that's the beauty of Darwin's work. It encourages us to look closer, to question assumptions, and to appreciate the interconnectedness of the natural world.
So we've got dust traveling across continents. What other surprising observations did Darwin make?
Well, his journey took him to the Falkland Islands,
Oh, okay.
a place that presented a fascinating ecological puzzle. He compared them to the west coast of South America, which was teeming with lush forests fueled by humid, rain-bearing winds.
So the Falkland Islands barren.
Almost despite sharing similar climates and geological features with the west coast of South America, the Falkland Islands remained relatively barren.
Wow.
This challenged the prevailing notion that similar environments should inevitably produce similar ecosystems.
So there must be other factors at play beyond just climate and geology.
Exactly. Darwin's observations sparked further investigation into the complex interplay of factors that shape the diversity of life on Earth. It's a reminder that the natural world is full of complexities and that simple explanations rarely capture the full picture.
It seems like Darwin had a knack for finding these intriguing contradictions in nature. What about the animals he encountered? Any surprises there?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine coming face to face with the capybara, the world's largest rodent.
I've seen pictures. They look like giant guinea pigs.
Darwin described their peculiar gait, comparing it to a pig when walking and a rabbit when observing. But what I find most fascinating is his observation about their tameness in certain regions. He noticed that in areas where their natural predator, the jaguar, was absent, the capybaras were incredibly docile.
So their behavior was directly influenced by the presence or absence of predators. Makes sense.
Yes, it highlights the delicate balance of predator-prey relationships and how the removal of one element can have a ripple effect throughout an ecosystem. It also raises questions about the adaptability of species. If jaguars were reintroduced, would the capybaras be able to readapt to the presence of this predator?
That's a great question. It really makes you think about the long-term implications of changes in an ecosystem. Darwin seemed to have a keen eye for detail, noticing even subtle differences in species.
Yeah.
Tell me about his observations of the mockingbirds.
His observations of the mockingbirds in South America, particularly the calandria, are quite insightful.
Okay.
He was captivated by their song, describing it as surpassing all others. But what's remarkable is that he noticed subtle differences in the song of a similar mockingbird species in Patagonia.
So even within closely related species, there were regional variations.
Precisely. And what's even more fascinating is that Darwin picked up on these nuances in their songs even before he confirmed they were separate species. This demonstrates his incredible attention to detail and his ability to recognize subtle adaptations that might have been overlooked by others.
It's like he was already tuning into the concept of variation within species, a key element of his later work on evolution.
You're absolutely right. His keen observations, even those that seemed insignificant at the time, were laying the groundwork for his groundbreaking theories. Speaking of groundbreaking, one of Darwin's observations challenged the very definition of an individual. He encountered a creature called the Virgularia, a type of sea pen.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. What's so special about the Virgulary?
Well, he observed it retracting into the muddy seafloor when disturbed, and reemerging later, this seemingly simple action led him to question what it means to be an individual. Because the Virgularia isn't a single organism in the traditional sense, it's a colony of thousands of tiny polyps, all interconnected, and acting in unison, they share a central axis for circulation and reproduction functioning as a collective entity.
So is it one individual or thousands? It blurs the line.
Exactly, and it raises fascinating questions about how we define life and individuality, especially in cases where individual units come together to form a larger interconnected organism. Are we as humans more similar to these sea pens than we might think?
It's a mind-bending concept, for sure, and it shows how even seemingly simple creatures can challenge our assumptions about the world.
Absolutely. Darwin's observations of the Virgularia highlight the incredible diversity of life and the importance of questioning our preconceived notions.
It's amazing how these observations made so long ago can still spark such profound questions today. This is just the tip of the iceberg, right? There's so much more to explore in Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle.
Oh, absolutely. We've only just begun to scratch the surface of his incredible journey.
Well, I can't wait to dive deeper. But first, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far. We've seen how dust can travel across continents, how similar environments can produce vastly different ecosystems, and how even seemingly simple creatures can challenge our understanding of individuality.
It's a testament to the power of observation and the importance of questioning our assumptions about the world.
Stay with us. We'll be back shortly to delve into even more of Darwin's remarkable observations.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Charles Darwin.
You know, one thing that struck me as we were going through Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle is how his observations weren't limited to, just purely scientific stuff.
That's a really good point. While we often associate Darwin with, his work on evolution, right? He was also a keen observer of human nature and culture.
Yeah, his encounters with the indigenous people of Terra del Fuego, the Fuegians,
Yes.
are particularly interesting.
Fascinating people.
He was so fascinated by their ability to mimic European behaviors.
It's incredible, isn't it? He describes how they would imitate actions like coughing and yawning, even though these actions had no meaning in their own culture.
It seems like they were trying to bridge the gap, between their world and these kind of strange newcomers.
I think you're exactly right, and it speaks to that innate human capacity for learning and adaptation,
Yeah.
regardless of your cultural background.
It's amazing.
They were captivated by physical differences, too, particularly the white skin of one of the crew members.
Yeah. Darwin compares their curiosity to that of an orangutan observing something novel.
Interesting.
It really does suggest this shared sense of wonder and a desire to understand the unknown.
Exactly. It highlights that universal nature of curiosity and our drive to make sense of the world around us.
It's fascinating to see how Darwin connected these observations of human behavior to his broader understanding of the natural world.
He was constantly seeking those patterns and connections, whether he was observing a mockingbird or the interactions between different cultures.
Speaking of connections, Darwin's observations on the pampas, the vast grasslands of South America, reveal this complex web of interactions between different species.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
One example that I think really highlights this is his observation of the social dynamics of shepherd dogs.
Okay.
He noticed a distinct shift in their behavior depending on their social environment.
So they had different personalities depending on, who they were with.
Kind of, yeah. In the presence of house dogs, they were submissive and timid.
Okay.
But then when they rejoined their flock, they transformed into these fearless protectors.
Wow. So their behavior was directly linked to their perceived role and the presence of their pack, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was sheep or fellow dogs.
Exactly. It raises questions about the nature of social hierarchies and the fluidity of roles within animal groups.
Makes you wonder if they even saw the sheep as part of their pack, almost blurring the lines between species.
Yeah, that's a really fascinating thought. It challenges our assumptions about how animals perceive their social world.
For sure. But Darwin's observations on the pampas weren't limited to animal behavior.
Right. He also witnessed the raw power of nature in its most destructive form.
Yeah.
He recounts a localized hailstorm so violent that it left countless deer dead just scattered across the landscape.
It's a stark reminder of the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of the environment, even in a place that seems as tranquil as the pampas.
Absolutely. And it highlights the vulnerability of living creatures no matter how large or strong they are in the face of those overwhelming natural forces.
This brings to mind another observation that underscores the interconnectedness of life on Earth. Darwin's documentation of the Cardoon invasion.
Yes. The cardoon, a plant not native to South America, had run rampant across the pampas, forming these dense thickets that choked out native species.
It's a cautionary tale about the unintended consequences of introducing non-native species into an ecosystem.
Absolutely. Darwin's observations serve as a powerful reminder of that delicate balance of nature and the potential for human actions to disrupt that balance.
It's a lesson that resonates even more strongly today. As we're grappling with the global spread of invasive species and the increasing impact of human activities on the environment.
I think that's right. His work, though centuries old, continues to provide these valuable insights into the complexities of the natural world and our place within it.
It seems like every observation, whether it's about dust particles or shepherd dogs, offers a glimpse into this larger interconnected system.
I think you're right. It underscores the importance of understanding those connections if we hope to navigate the challenges of our ever-changing world.
There's so much more to uncover in Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle, so let's continue our exploration. But first, we'll take a short break.
We'll be back soon with more fascinating insights from Darwin's journey.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Charles Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle. As we've journeyed through his observations, I'm struck by how much we can still learn from his experiences centuries later.
I think it's a testament to his remarkable ability to observe the world with a fresh perspective, noticing these details that others might have missed.
Exactly. Take, for example, his observations of the gauchos, the skilled horsemen of the South American pampas. He was clearly impressed by their mastery of horsemanship.
Oh, yeah. He describes their ability to control their mounts with the slightest touch, even at full gallop, as a form of art. It wasn't just about physical skill, though,
Right.
but this deep connection between human and animal honed over generations.
It speaks to that profound bond that can exist between humans and animals, especially in these challenging environments where survival depends on that partnership. But Darwin's observations of the gauchos weren't limited to their horsemanship. He delved into their way of life, their customs and their unique relationship with the land.
Yeah, he was particularly intrigued by their nomadic lifestyle, their ability to adapt and thrive in a landscape that could be both harsh and unforgiving.
It challenged conventional notions of what it meant to be civilized and successful.
Yeah.
It seems like Darwin was always questioning assumptions, pushing the boundaries of what was considered, acceptable or normal. His observations of the guanacos, a relative of the llama, also offer fascinating insights into animal behavior.
Oh, for sure. He meticulously documented their habits, from their dust-bathing rituals to their dung-dropping routines.
Wow.
He even noticed that when a large herd approached a saltwater creek at Bahia Blanca, they turned back in a remarkably organized fashion,
Really?
almost as if they sensed the danger or unsuitability of the environment.
It suggests an awareness of their limitations, an instinctive understanding of their ecological niche.
Exactly. It challenges the idea that animals are driven solely by instinct, hinting at a level of intelligence and decision-making that we may not fully comprehend.
It's amazing Darwin's journey wasn't just about celebrating the wonders of the natural world, though he also grappled with the darker side of humanity. His reflections on witnessing slavery in Brazil are particularly poignant.
Yeah, his words convey a sense of deep moral conflict, outrage at the injustice he witnessed, and a sense of helplessness in the face of such cruelty.
It's a stark reminder that even as we marvel at the beauty and complexity of nature, we must also confront the capacity for inhumanity within ourselves.
That's right.
It's a challenge to reconcile these two extremes. How can we as humans be capable of both profound compassion and unspeakable cruelty?
That's the question, isn't it? It's a question that has haunted humanity for centuries. Darwin's observations, though focused on the natural world, ultimately force us to confront the complexities of our own nature, the duality that resides within us.
As we've gone through Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle, one theme that emerges is the interconnectedness of everything from the microscopic organisms traveling in dust clouds to the complex social structures of animal groups to the impact of human actions on the environment. Everything seems intricately linked.
Yeah, and that interconnectedness is not just a scientific concept, but it's a profound truth that shapes our understanding of the world and our place within it.
So as we conclude our deep dive into Darwin's extraordinary journey, what key takeaways would you leave our listener with?
I think the most important takeaway is the power of observation. Darwin's meticulous attention to detail, his willingness to question assumptions, and his ability to synthesize seemingly disparate information led them to some of the most profound insights in scientific history.
It's a reminder that we can all benefit from cultivating a sense of curiosity, from paying attention to the world around us, and from seeking connections that might otherwise go unnoticed.
And perhaps most importantly, to remember that the journey of discovery is never truly over. There's always more to learn, more to explore, and more to understand.
We hope our exploration of Darwin's Voyage of the Beagle has sparked a renewed sense of wonder and a desire to embark on your own journey of discovery. We've only scratched the surface of this remarkable work, and we encourage you to delve deeper into its pages. You'll find a link to the book in the episode description.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Share this deep dive with your friends.
Let's keep the conversation going.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.